Hello, and welcome to the Power of the Word, changing the negative to the positive. I thought this would be useful for you before you take your test. So here are some notes. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is find the negative word. I can't do it right now because I need to do something else. Can you discover which words are negative? Well, can't, and Covey tells us need to. Need to is like should or have to. So these two are our negative words, which we will try to replace with their opposites. So we'll replace the negative words and we'll replace can't with can and need to with want to or would like to. So now we plug in our words and we verify it for accuracy. So I changed can't to can and need to want to. I can do it, but first I want to do X. Well, that's better. Now, is the recipient going to appreciate that? Maybe not. So maybe I would rephrase it. I can do it right after I make sure I complete X task. So that's a lot better. Then they understand why you are putting them off. So check it. Is it true? Can I do it after I do this? Or do I have a bunch of other things I need to do instead? Could it be true? Could it be true that I can do it right after that? Well, yeah, maybe I can. Most important, does it feel comfortable and easy when you rephrase it this way? Is it manageable for you to do that? And if not, then you get to set the deadline. You can say, I can do it by noon today. Will that work for you? They don't even really care what else you have going on. So this is probably the very best answer. You get to decide. Is it noon? Is it 5? Whatever works for you, and will give you that buffer you need in case things do not go the way you anticipate. Ultimately, you want to check for the feel of it. And for those of you who need proof of how powerful semantics really are, just feel how this sentence feels to you. As your professor, I say to you, if you fail the exam, you will fail the class. Do you feel anxious? Maybe a little nervous? Now watch what happens if I take the negative word fail and replace it with the positive word pass. Now, if you pass the exam, you will pass the class. Means exactly the same thing. But didn't you feel a little relief? Didn't it feel just a little better to you to know that it was possible, maybe even probable, that you will pass the exam and therefore pass the class? Now watch if I change the little word if. When you pass the exam, you will pass the class. Now, does it feel like I'm kind of rooting for you? That I know you can do it, that I have faith in your abilities? Just one little word change can make all the difference in your interactions and in your relationships, especially at work. So let's take a look at the big picture here. What's important are your thoughts and your feelings. You're not going to tell someone, I can't do that, unless you are already feeling overwhelmed. But as you start shifting your thoughts carefully, one at a time, to look for the positive in each, you will find that you are less likely to feel that defensive and try to protect yourself. And you will think in terms of more of what you can do rather than what you can't do. So as you say, I can't do things, what do you think your boss and your colleagues are feeling? You're feeling disempowered. The more you say I can do things and you are able to do them, the more powerful you feel, the more in control you feel. You've already tasted some of that. just in the first few weeks of this class and doing the little exercises. And hopefully they're fun too. So what do you think your boss is hearing or your colleagues are hearing when you say I can't? Think about that. Now I want you to shift your brain, because some of you are already bosses. Some of you need to shift into thinking about being a boss and working with people. Which would you rather hear come out of your employee's mouth? I can't or I can? That's right. So now you get the big picture. One little word changes your whole work life. Good luck with this.